Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dr. Jia Zhang, Dean of the School of Biomedical Informatics at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. I'm honored to welcome our SBMI graduates, their family members and friends, our faculty and staff, and our various guests to this year's commencement ceremony. I want to thank each of you for sharing this extraordinary day with us. To begin, I would like to introduce the individuals who are participating in today's ceremony. I would ask that each person stand as he or she is introduced. Dr. Blackford Middleton, Chair, the American Medical Informatics Association Board of Directors. Dr. Giuseppe Cardosoto, President, the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Dr. George Stansel, Executive Vice President for Academic and Research Affairs, University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Dr. Susan Fenton, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Elmer Bernstein, Associate Dean for Research, School of Biomedical Informatics. Mr. Ryan Bing, Associate Dean for Management, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Mohammad Waji, Associate Dean for Technology Services and Informatics, and Associate Professor, School of Dentistry at UT Health, also the President of the School of Biomedical Informatics Alumni Association. Please be seated. Thank you for joining us today. Mr. Ryan Bing will now give the invocation. Please stand.
Dear Lord, as we gather on this day of celebration, we invite you into our presence and ask your blessing on these proceedings. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of students who have learned and grown as they have longed for this moment, the accomplishments of families who have supported these graduates in a variety of ways, the accomplishments of professors who demanded the best of their students in their care, and the accomplishments made possible by mentors who led by example, by spouses who supported and encouraged, and by children who waited. As we look to the future, help us to remember how you have carried us to this point, and please be ever present in our future as we ask for your ongoing wisdom and guidance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Bing. On this special day of celebrating academic achievement, I want you to know how pleased I am with the accomplishments charted by this group of SBMI graduates. I'm also excited that each of you will make many more contributions over the course of your productive careers, and I want to hear all about them. While you were important to SBMI as students, you are equally essential to us as alumni. So stay in touch. Let us know what you're doing and how we can help. You are part of the informatics community now, and my fellow SBMI faculty and I look forward to ongoing collaborations with generations of students and alumni as we work together to raise the bar in healthcare. So as part of the celebration, I want to chronicle just a few of the many accomplishments SBMI has logged over the past academic year. When I became the dean, President Cardosoto charged our school with the task of increasing student enrollment. And I'm happy to say we have made great strides. During the fall 2014 semester, SBMI achieved a major milestone. Student enrollment rose by 40% in comparison with fall of 2013. This was the largest fall enrollment and the largest percentage increase in the school's history. And we anticipate a wish, a promise, whatever you want to call, in the coming fall semester, we are going to have another 40 or 50% increase of enrollment. As everyone in this room is aware, there is a huge and growing need for informatics professionals in Texas and elsewhere. I do not expect this trend to change anytime soon. So yes, graduates, you have true job security. In addition to a large and growing group of new health informatics students and highly placed alumni, SBMI has been fortunate to recruit a number of talented new faculty members, including 2 SBMI alums. Dr. Kimberly Smith, who joined SBMI in May of 2014, is a 2010 graduate of our doctoral program. Before her recent return to SBMI, she was on the faculty at UT Austin in the post-baccalaureate health IT certificate program. Another 2010 graduate of our doctoral program, Dr. Ming Zhu, joined our faculty in July of 2014. Our most recent faculty addition is Dr. Robert Murphy, who joined SBMI on May 1st this month. And he was previously the Chief Health Information Officer for Memorial Hermann System. I also want to add that Dr. Kirk Roberts will soon be joining SBMI on our faculty. He is now a postdoc at the National Institutes of Health, and he had a PhD from UT Dallas in computer science. Do I have a speech problem? We need a translator. Dr. Huling Wu from Rochester will join SBMI in the fall as a joint full professor with his primary appointment in the Department of Biostatistics at the School of Public Health. As many of you already know, our faculty have been recognized nationally and internationally for their contributions to informatics. For example, the American College of Medical Informatics, or ACME, recently inducted 3 outstanding SBMI researchers as ACME Fellows. Dr. Hua Xu, SBMI Associate Professor and the Robert H. Graham Professor in Entrepreneurial Biomedical Informatics and Bioengineering. Dr. Hardeep Singh, Adjunct Associate Professor at SBMI and on the faculty at Baylor College of Medicine. And Dr. Richard Richardson, SBMI alum and Associate Professor at Duke University. Dr. Richardson got her master's degree in 2000 and a PhD in 2003 from our school. Also noteworthy are our school's achievements in volunteer recruitment and engagement and fundraising. With the generous support of our philanthropic community, we raised substantial funding through the UT Health Gala. These funds were designated for student fellowships and scholarships, as well as the early completion of a professorship. Specifically, the following were established in association with the gala: the Bridges Family Doctoral Fellowship in Informatics Innovation, and the Merrill and Joe Heffler Doctoral Fellowship. In addition, we completed the Christopher Seraphim Family Professorship in Biomedical Informatics and Bioengineering. The Dr. Laurie Akielki Fund was established last year by the friends and colleagues of the SBMI faculty member whose life and contributions to our field were celebrated at last year's commencement ceremony. As part of our year-end advisory council solicitation effort, we garnered funding to create the SBMI Student Governance Organization Scholarship. And finally, in 2015, we established one new professorship, the Reynolds and Reynolds Professorship in Clinical Informatics, and one new chair, the Glaser Family Foundation Distinguished Chair in Informatics Excellence, both of which were secured as part of Dr. Colasoto's Game Changers program, which matches all 2015 pledges of $50,000 to $1 million from individual donors or private foundations to create endowed funds benefiting any part of UT Health. Thank you, Dr. Colasoto, for implementing such a forward-thinking effort. It's clear that fellowships, scholarships, professorships, and chairs are important vehicles for the recognition, recruitment, and retention of the best students and faculty members all across UT Health, but most especially at our small but growing school. Though I could read many more SBMI accomplishments, I would like to take this opportunity to convey a few more thoughts on the relevance of our field. At a recent iHealth conference, I heard a quote from Dr. Kevin Fickenshire that I believe nicely captures one of the fundamental roles of our field. Clinicians heal people. Informatics heals healthcare. This concept may be simple, but it goes a long way toward demystifying a highly nuanced and complex subject matter. In the context of healthcare, informatics is providing solutions to facilitate course corrections for costly US systems that disperses information in erratic ways, making data challenging to access, store, and retrieve for patients, clinicians, researchers, and institutions alike. As stakeholders, we're all concerned about healthcare spending, improving outcomes, enabling new data-driven biomedical discoveries, and obtaining the right data at the right time to perform the right action. These are 4 big reasons why SBMI is a critical partner for health service delivery within the Texas Medical Center, the US, and across the globe. Our school's faculty, students, and alumni assist institutions and collaborators in identifying innovative ways to add value in diverse clinical environments without jeopardizing care quality and patient safety. At SBMI, we examine processes, create dashboards and clinical data warehouses, develop applications and devices, facilitate research discoveries, and capture, visualize, and analyze data that enable ongoing improvements in patient care, health service delivery, and biomedical discovery. Importantly, we also train informaticians, researchers, and faculty who come to us from a broad variety of backgrounds and disciplines. In sum, paradigm shifts are almost always painful and protracted, but they cannot be avoided. The US healthcare industry is in the throes of a transformation, and SBMI community is proud to be part of the solution. We're excited about the challenges ahead, and we are grateful you are traveling this road with us. I would counsel each of you who have graduated today to continue the efforts to create value through informatics, with the aspiration of improving healthcare in a variety of ways. Ours is a field that relies on strong partnerships and collaborations, and your endeavors will provide the synergy required to transform healthcare in Houston, in Texas, and beyond. I want to thank each of you for your kind attention, for taking part in this momentous occasion, and for your important role in advancing the revolution field of informatics. Thank you. Let's continue our ceremony as I introduce Betty Reyes, the president of SBMI Student Governance Organization for the 2014-2015 academic year. Mr. Reyes will present the John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. The John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award is presented each year to one educator for each of the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston component schools. This award is presented to the faculty member that it fosters excellence in teaching. 4 nominations were submitted this year by the student body, and I would like to recognize the faculty nominations at this time. Will you please stand and remain standing until all of the names have been called? The nominations are Dr. Julie Brixey, Dr. Craig Johnson, I think he's out of town, Dr. Todd Johnson, and Dr. Kim Smith. Please join me in congratulating all of these outstanding faculty nominations. Thank you, nominees. You may be seated. In submitting their nominations, students were asked to evaluate each faculty member on the following criteria: excellence in teaching, based on knowledge of the subject, interest and enthusiasm for teaching, understanding of students, responsiveness to students' concerns, encouragement of independent thinking, and accessibility to students. Once again, I want to congratulate all of our nominees and thank each of them for their contributions to our school. And now to announce the winner, the 2015 recipient of the John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award for SBMI is Dr. Kim Smith. Would you like to come forward and say a few words?
I don't really know what to say, guys. I know I have demanded a lot from you. The vast majority of you really rose to the mark. You've done a really good job, and I think that by the end of my course, you appreciated how much you learned. I know that I demanded a lot, but to go into the field of healthcare, you have to have attention to detail, precision, and accuracy. That is so important. You're out there treating, providing the data and the information and the knowledge to treat family members, to treat other people. So always remember that. And good luck to all of you, and thank you.
Dr. Zhang.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. We truly value your diligence and passion for educating our students. Your award is well deserved. And now, I want to introduce SBMI alumnus and Alumni Association President, Dr. Mohammed Waji, who is also the Associate Dean for Technology Services and Informatics and Associate Professor at UT Health School of Dentistry. Dr. Waji will present SBMI's 2015 Distinguished Alum Award.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zhang, and a warm welcome to all of you here today. By way of background, the UT Health School of Biomedical Informatics Alumni Association was established as an important arm of SBMI. Every single graduate who walks today will become an ambassador of our school and the field of informatics, as well as a member of the SBMI Alumni Association. While we're celebrating your achievements today, fellow graduates, we will also be celebrating the outstanding contributions to informatics made by one of our own alumni. In a unanimous decision, the 2015 SBMI Alumni Association Nominating Committee voted to honor one of our school's outstanding alumni, Dr. Adol Esquivel. Adol Esquivel earned his medical degree in 2002 from the Tec de Monterrey School of Medicine in Monterrey and completed his medical training in 2003, serving as a research fellow during his National Social Service year. Recognizing the value and impact of informatics in healthcare, he pursued and obtained a Master's of Science in 2005 and also his doctoral degree in 2008 in health informatics from SBMI. Dr. Esquivel also graduated from the UT MD Anderson Cancer Center Clinical Safety and Effectiveness Education Program in 2007. Dr. Esquivel's doctoral work focused on characterizing and understanding communication among primary care providers and specialists using EHRs, electronic health records, to coordinate outpatient referrals. As a graduate student at SBMI, he also conducted important research and published findings that validated the use of digital imagery for diabetic retinopathy screening using telemedicine. After graduating from SBMI, Dr. Esquivel became a research associate in the Patient Safety Center of Inquiry, or PSCI, which is housed at the Baylor College of Medicine and the Houston VA. As a PSCI researcher, he expanded on his doctoral research and published a series of articles aimed at a more comprehensive understanding of clinical electronic communication using EHRs. In 2010, Dr. Esquivel joined St. Luke's Health as a Director of Clinical Effectiveness and Performance Measurement, overseeing the management, integration, and coordination of St. Luke's Clinical Performance Measurement System. And in 2012, he became the Assistant Vice President of Performance Measurement and is currently responsible for quality and statistical analysis of priority populations, clinical abstraction services, and clinical databases for quality reporting. Dr. Esquivel and his group ensure that accurate analytic methodologies are an integral component in the development and transmission of internal and external clinical quality performance measures, as well as the creation of hospital and safety trending systems. He facilitates the transition from mostly paper-based and manually collected performance indicators to automatic and electronic-based measures through the adoption and meaningful use of EHR and business intelligence tools. Moreover, Dr. Esquivel is responsible for CHI St. Luke's successful participation in the National Electronic Health Record Adoption Incentive Program, or Meaningful Use. Dr. Esquivel has been an adjunct faculty member at SBMI since 2008, combining his responsibilities at St. Luke's with his research and student mentoring activities. And I'm sure he will continue to make substantive contributions to the development of real-world solutions and the application of biomedical informatics to solve current and future healthcare challenges. So at this time, I'm so very pleased to call my esteemed fellow alum and friend, Dr. Esquivel, to the stage to accept some well-deserved recognition for this impactful efforts in the field of informatics. Adol, please come here to accept the SBMI Distinguished Alum Award for 2015.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really want to thank the school and the Alumni Association for this recognition. It's really humbling, especially because a year ago I had the opportunity to be part of the committee that selected the recipient of last year's award. So being on the other side this year is really humbling. I thought about what I wanted to share with the students that are graduating today and those of you who are still students and the families. And I decided not to talk about the challenges or technical aspects of biomedical informatics. I figured if you're sitting here, you probably got a lot of that from your professors and your faculty here. So I just want to share three things. Three things from the perspective of an alumni, that if you think about it, there are only 6 years that separate those of you who are graduating today from me. It's been only 6 years since I graduated from the program. So the three things that I want to share, one goes to the current students, those of you who still have a couple of classes ahead of you, a couple of semesters or a couple of years ahead to finish your degree. The message to you is don't waste time. Be a student, which means take advantage of your professors, take advantage of your classes, learn the skills, and look to apply your skills in real-world problems. Be a student, don't waste time. The second comment goes to those of you who are graduating today. And enjoy today, have fun with your family, be happy that you're finishing your degree, but recognize that this is just the beginning. Tomorrow, when you wake up, I invite you to find a sense of urgency and go out and achieve your goals. And what I mean by get a sense of urgency, if you think about what we do in biomedical informatics, it's probably a field that deserves a sense of urgency from those of us who work in this field, simply because the work that we do can really make an impact in patient safety and the care that we provide to our patients. So we owe it to them to have a sense of urgency. Don't waste time and get to work. And the final comment is for everybody in this room, everybody who is part of the UT SBMI family, whether you are a student, whether you are an alumni, whether you're graduating today, a faculty, or a member of the family, get involved. Your involvement with the school doesn't end today. Your involvement with the school begins today. As students who are graduating, you will go and find a work, find a job, and do great things. Remember to keep your contacts at school. Remember to open the doors for students that are coming behind. And remember to offer advice, guidance, and opportunities to those students that are coming behind us. Because like Mohammed said, we are representatives of the school. The success of the school is our success, and the success of the alumni and the students is the success of the school. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Escobar. Our heartfelt congratulations. At this time, I want to introduce Dr. Amber Bernstein, who will acknowledge SBMI students who received fellowships and scholarships during this academic year.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. We'll now recognize our current students who have received fellowships or scholarship awards during the 2014-2015 academic year. Please hold your applause until all of the students have been recognized. Students, please stand as your name is called. The Schul Institute Fellow, Claire Lowe. CPRIT, Cancer Prevention Research Institute of Texas Scholar, Jigua Stanley Yu. The Doris L. Ross Merit-Based Scholarship, Kavus Elami, Edward Elms, Gustavo Garza, Aldo Martinez, Aditoma Tam Oguntua, Regina Wisaki. New student scholarships. Aita Burma Agbi, Marina Alkoff, Adlai Arandella, Tyson Botello, Joseph Chown, Yufang Dang, Jingcheng Du, Varun Gadok, Sarah Gilbert, Sumana Gadu, Sean Kuhn, Huiling Liu, Peggy Mancuso, Myrna Medina, Taylor Moss, Vidya Narayana, Lee Presley, Hui Song, Lin Yatang, Michael Taylor, Samuel Tabi, Pang Tong, Stephanie Tucker, Keong Wei. I applaud each recipient and ask that all in attendance join me in congratulating them as well.
Now it's my honor to introduce our commencement speaker. As a self-professed physician, health informatics innovator committed to transformation, curing what ails healthcare, Dr. Middleton currently serves as the chair of the board of directors for the American Medical Informatics Association. Previously, he was professor of biomedical informatics or medicine at Stanford, Harvard, and Vanderbilt universities. Dr. Middleton's work is focused on clinical informatics, the applied science surrounding the design, implementation, and evaluation of clinical information systems in complex environments. After earning his BF from the University of Colorado at Boulder in molecular biology and biochemistry, Dr. Middleton acquired his MPH in epidemiology and health services administration at Yale. Then he earned his MD at State University of New York at Buffalo in medicine in 1985 and completed his internship and residency in categoric internal medicine at the John Dempsey Hospital at the University of Connecticut Health System. In 1991, Dr. Middleton earned his MS in Health Services Research, focusing on biomedical informatics from Stanford, where he also completed an Agency for Healthcare Policy and Research Fellowship in the Division of General Internal Medicine, section on medical informatics. His career has spanned decades, and in that time, Dr. Middleton has served in various academic and corporate roles, including medical director of information systems at Stanford Health Services, senior VP and later chief medical officer at Medical Logic, corporate director of clinical informatics R&D at Partners Healthcare, and the assistant vice chancellor for health affairs and the chief informatics officer at Vanderbilt. Dr. Middleton has devoted his professional endeavors to advancing the field of biomedical informatics, and his accolades and contributions are countless. In 2011, the Healthcare Information Management and Systems Society, or HIMSS, named Dr. Middleton to its 50 in 50. The list includes 50 individuals who have made recognized, lasting, and influential contribution to the theory, adoption, and use of healthcare information and management systems in the 50 years history of HIMSS. HIMSS is a big organization. At the conference last month in Chicago, there were 43,000 attendees. Dr. Middleton is a fellow of the American College of Physicians, the American College of Medical Informatics, and of HIMSS. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Blackford Middleton.
Thank you, Dean Jiajie Zhang. It's a great pleasure, honor, and privilege for me to be with you here today with the faculty and staff of the School of Biomedical Informatics, and most importantly, this year's graduating class of newly minted biomedical informaticians. And of course, their family and friends, and hopefully anyone else who helped these new graduates make it to this significant milestone in their lives. Congratulations to you all. Graduates, you have good reason to be proud of yourselves, of each other, your school and its faculty and staff, but most importantly, you should be thankful as well to all of those who helped you get to this incredible milestone. Long ago, when I was in a similar position, ending one era of study in my life and preparing for the next, I penned the following poem to express my thanks to my parents for getting me to my graduation day. I'd like to share it with you now, and you may use it as you wish, or abuse it, to say thanks to your parents or anyone else who is deserving of your thanks. Here's my graduation poem. On this day, glad tidings bearing, thanks are wont for parents unerring. Well, mostly so, if truth be told, for want I not gray hairs of old. The future unfolds, mysteries revealing, God is good after some appealing. Now I ask for strength and stamina to help me learn all biomedical informatica. But thanks are due before going on for a good life, childhood, dad, and mom. Their dynamic balance and how I was raised earns my humble respect and profound praise. Though dote I not in approbation on the attributes of close relations, they should know without my telling, and thus avoid a fearful head swelling. So it seems life unchanging, starts anew with every morning. With glad heart, free spirit, and clear mind, I hope, I pray, I make it through the daily grind. So thanks to all the parents and other supporters out there. This is a huge milestone. But now, you graduates, let me turn to you. I'd like to share with you what I feel is the true and essential promise of biomedical informatics. It is to help fix what ails healthcare. I will start with an overview of what I see as the vital signs of U.S. healthcare. While we have the best healthcare system in the world, undoubtedly, still we fail in many ways to deliver to all U.S. citizens the benefits of modern healthcare, health maintenance, and prevention, and optimal public health. Next, I'll highlight a few of the ways in which biomedical informatics can come to the rescue through continuous improvement of care delivery, discovery, and learning in our health system. And I'll close with a personal request of all of you, of all the graduates, and in honor of David Letterman retiring this year, I'll share with you my top 10 reasons to be a biomedical informatician. So let's turn to the vital signs of U.S. healthcare. Let me share with you some statistics from the Commonwealth Fund, and I encourage you to peruse their website. It's chock full of information. What are we spending this year on U.S. healthcare? The U.S. spends more per capita on healthcare than any other country. In 2014, over $8,745 per person. Healthcare spending in this country as a percent of GDP is 16.9%, also the highest. Out-of-pocket expenditures on health is over $1,000 per person, second only to Switzerland. So is this due to an oversupply of physicians? Probably not. In the US, we have 2.5 physicians practicing per citizen, second lowest after Japan. In fact, we have a shortage of physicians and a maldistribution problem of physicians. Is this due to overutilization? Well, partly yes and partly no. No, because we are second lowest after New Zealand in the average annual number of physician visits per capita at 4 visits per year. No, because we're ranked fourth lowest in hospital discharges at 125 per 1,000 population, with only Canada, Japan, and the Netherlands having fewer hospital discharges per capita. But yes, because we have more MRI machines per capita than any other nation except Japan, and we spend more on all modalities of diagnostic imaging than any other country. And yes, because we spend a lot more on drugs in this country, and I mean the prescribed kind. Well ahead of the next highest, Canada, Japan, and Germany at $1,010 per person on average. So we might ask, what are we getting for this high expenditure in terms of quality, access to care, safety, and improvements in public health? We know that the uninsured and the underinsured have extraordinary difficulty seeing a physician when appropriate. 69% of the uninsured have not seen the doctor when they need to, compared to 22% of those who have insurance. Yet we're the best in the world at cervical cancer screening, second best at flu immunization, third lowest adult smoking rates, and the best 5-year breast cancer survival rates. But we provide procedures too many times when the appropriateness may be questioned or viewed as completely inappropriate. For example, in cataract surgery, 9% of cases are thought to be inappropriate or questionably appropriate. In angioplasty, 4% inappropriate, 38% questionably appropriate. But the worst is bypass surgery. 14% are thought to be inappropriate, and 30% questionably appropriate. All of this adds to the cost. So what's the perception of U.S. healthcare? First, among U.S. citizens, but also among U.S. physicians. 53% of citizens rate U.S. healthcare as excellent or good, but 44% rate it as only fair or poor. And among physicians who rated their ability to provide quality healthcare, data from 2000 suggest 15% of physicians believe their ability to provide quality healthcare has improved. 25% believe that their ability has stayed about the same, and 57% say it has gotten worse. I'd like to do that survey again with EMRs in place. So U.S. healthcare is technically best in the world, perhaps, but we do not provide access across the board to health maintenance, prevention, diagnostic, or therapeutic services. We do not provide the appropriate care or use tests and procedures appropriately in all cases. We sometimes provide care which is not known to be effective and thus is wasteful and potentially dangerous. And we're not efficient in providing care. Wait times may be long, and there are many inefficiencies in the care processes that could be improved. It often may take years or decades for new discoveries to reach routine clinical care, and our potential for making new discoveries with big data is exploding. We also don't always do all that we can do to prevent disease and maintain the public health. And lastly, we're not always engaged as patients ourselves. Empowered with healthcare maintenance and management tools and participating in making our healthcare decisions, shared decision-making in an optimal way. So to the graduates, how can biomedical informaticians come to the rescue? And that means you, starting now. These newly minted biomedical informaticians from the University of Texas at Houston, I think, can help cure what ails U.S. healthcare. So where does biomedical informatics fit in? Certainly in patient safety, the evidence is clear. Whether we have an intervention, when we can improve the safety of care provided in hospitals and clinics with a wide variety of interventions, from the simplest checklists of Atul Gawande to the most sophisticated informatics interventions such as adverse drug event monitors in CPOE or computer-based provider order entry systems. For timely care, with informatics we can ensure with clinical decision support alerts and reminders that patients are kept up to date on care guidelines, healthcare maintenance, screening, and care management. Clinical decision support nowadays comes in the form of alerts and reminders to doctors and nurses and other members of the care team, but also to the patient, him or herself, with apps on the smartphone and the like, engaging patients in their own care. The advent of the quantified self and the proliferation of wearable technologies that will provide many new data and signals will help us detect when to intervene for a patient to fine-tune and adjust care. For effective care, increasingly we can enhance our ability to do comparative effectiveness research given the large data sets arising from the installed base of EMRs and other digital technologies. We can help to augment the evidence base in medicine with more and larger randomized clinical trials, but also do so-called pragmatic clinical trials that may be run across patients in clinical data networks or practice-based research networks, such as those being formed by PCORI, the Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute. In addition, where knowledge may be missing or absent from traditional evidence-based medicine, we can examine the outcomes of patients and the experience of practitioners by mining their EHR databases to create so-called practice-based medicine. This can be done in near real time, as was demonstrated recently in the Frankovich article in the New England Journal, where a therapeutic decision for a pediatric patient with systemic lupus erythematosus had to be made, and there was no evidence from the literature. They examined the EHR the EHR practice database, and were able to compare different alternative scenarios for this child and made the correct decision. For efficient care, we can use our informatics tools to fundamentally improve the value of care we provide, or even more generally, the value of care and preventive services so that patient experience is optimized, and we can increase the quality and safety of care provided while minimizing cost. This is critical to healthcare reform efforts in this country and to get us out of the high-cost bubble we are now in and move toward more sustainable payment models for healthcare, as we move from episodic care toward a continuous care model, and as we move from volume to value reimbursement. Efficiency also applies to our experimental and discovery process, however. We need to accelerate the translation of new knowledge, once validated, into routine care. To shorten the time it takes for all patients to benefit from this country's remarkable innovation and discovery engine. This is another central component of the learning health system. For equitable care, we are increasingly able to improve the access to healthcare information and knowledge and services for patients themselves without the need for a healthcare intermediary. The internet is chock full of excellent resources. The internet is chock full of excellent resources, and many apps now exist to assist the patient with self-management. The key here will be to ensure that internet access is universal, whether it is a desktop and a browser or a smartphone app, and that we weed out the garbage from the high-quality content on the web. This will help change information asymmetry between provider and patient toward information symmetry, and thereby improve shared decision-making between doctor and patient. At the same time, we can improve access by bringing the healthcare provider and team to remote locations such as critical access hospitals, or even to bring the provider to the patient or consumer, him or herself, with a virtual visit on their smartphone. These are truly remarkable times. Advances in technology are creating many new avenues for connected care. Patient-centered care. Lastly, President Obama has confirmed we are entering the era of precision medicine, formerly known as personalized medicine, among other names. Usually this refers to taking advantage of our better understanding of the relationship between the human genome and individual diseases. Such genotyping allows us to make better target therapies to an individual's unique nature. It also means, however, being sensitive to the patient's priorities, their values, their preferences for care, and their life plans. Perhaps we should call this life typing. It also means empowering the patient with the knowledge, tools, and technologies that enhance their understanding and ability to self-manage or participate in their care management actively. As a patient, I'd like to have a roadmap for my own care to help me better navigate healthcare services and keep on the path toward a healthy life. So the promise of biomedical informatics is central to the future of U.S. healthcare and potentially healthcare around the globe. Thus, it is truly an exciting time to be a biomedical informatician. Congratulations again on your foresight and to see the opportunity here and to pursue and obtain your graduation goal. No commencement address would be complete without a few quotes. I've scanned the web, of course, and will share with you 3 that stand out to me as being apropos. 2 from tech giants, and 1 from a comedian. The first is the following. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Any guesses? Remember who that was? Steve Jobs. From another tech giant. I think it's often easier to make progress on mega ambitious dreams. I know that sounds completely nuts, but since no one else is crazy enough to do it, you have little competition. There are so few people this crazy that I feel like I know them all by first name. They all travel as if they are in a pack of dogs and stick to each other like glue. The best people want to work the big challenges. Who said that? Larry Page, Google. But here's one, small and succinct, from a timeless comedian. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. So in closing, and finally, as promised, here are my top 10 reasons to be a biomedical informatician. I won't do it quite David Letterman style, and I'll close with my personal request of all the new graduates. So the top 10 reasons to be a biomedical informatician. Number 10, to make it fun to practice medicine again. Number 9, to help people get better. Number 8, to make the patient care experience better. Number 7, to improve the quality of care. Number 6, to lower the costs of care. Number 5, to learn every day. Number 4, to work with smart, dedicated, and caring people. Number 3, to discover something new, bright, and shiny. Number 2, to take delight in seeing a new idea come to life. And number 1, top reason to be a biomedical informatician, to leave the world a better place. Thank you. So I invite you, graduates, to follow your passion in biomedical informatics, pursue it empowered with your new knowledge base and growing experience, and to find like-minded folks to work with to make new discoveries, implement new technologies, and fundamentally transform our healthcare delivery system for the better. So finally, here is my personal request. Please, get busy now. Change healthcare for the better. I'm not getting any younger. Thank you for this honor to be your commencement speaker. I wish you all the very best in these exciting times and in all your future endeavors.
Well, our next item on the agenda is to confer the degrees, but after listening to Dr. Middleton's talk, I think I may have to pause it. He's not just a physician, informatician, but also a poet, a politician, and a comedian. So you should all go back to your classroom to learn more before I come back. Thank you so much, Dr. Middleton, for joining us this afternoon. Your attendance is most appreciated, and your words has inspired every one of us. Okay, we will now recognize our 2014-2015 graduates. I would like to ask our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics, and then the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics at UT Health School of Biomedical Informatics to please rise. President Colasoto, on behalf of the faculty of UT Health School of Biomedical Informatics, it's my pleasure to certify to you that the candidates who stand before you have successfully completed all academic requirements for either the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics or the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics.
By virtue of the authority vested by the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System and delegated by them to me, I now confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics and the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics, for which you have been recommended with all rights, privileges, responsibility, and obligation. Congratulations to all of you.
We will now have Dr. Susan Fenton to call for us the candidates.
Will the master's students please come forward as your name is called? Saman Ansari, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Smith, Capstone Project, Optimization of a Clinical Decision Support Rule for Detecting Heparin-Induced Thrombocytopenia. Ruth V. Arya, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Brixey, Capstone Project, Creating Instructional Training Videos to Enhance Physician Use of an EHR in Ambulatory Care. Lisa Briones. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Smith. Capstone Project, Analysis and Improvement of Cancer Data Reporting. Bahageshri Davaale. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Fenton. Capstone Project, Evaluation of TURF Usability Tool and its application to study usability of electronic health record systems. Heather Frige. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Fenton. Capstone Project, Content Management of Clinical Decision Support Order Sets. Gustavo Garza. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Vogler. Capstone Project, Electronic Health Records Application and Outcomes in Special Projects in the Rio Grande Valley. Banu Jordi. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Fenton. Capstone Project, Streamlining Workflows to Improve Venous Thromboembolism Core Measure Compliance. Anupama Guru Raju, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Zhu. Capstone Project, Evaluation of Medication Information from Structured and Unstructured Data of Electronic Health Records. Manoj Kapoor. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Fenton. Capstone Project, Making Big Data Effective with Visualizations. Michelle Nichols. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Brixey. Capstone Project, Epic Chart Review Web-Based Tutorial and Inpatient Quick Reference Guide Development, an Informatics Approach. Kioma Odu. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Siddig. Capstone Project, Biobank, Facilitating Research in Genomic Medicine. Adriana Stanley. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Franklin. Capstone Project, Information Rush Hour, the state of electronic tools used in patient handoffs across units, a systematic review. Lydia Turubiartis. Faculty Advisor, Dr. Siddig. Capstone Project, Analysis of Clinical Quality Measures to Assess Improvement from Meaningful Use. Will the doctoral student please come forward as your name is called? Will the faculty advisors for Ning Shang please come to the front? Ning Shang. Faculty mentor, Trevor Cohen. Additional faculty advisors, Dr. Bernstam, Dr. Herskovits, Dr. Wei, and Dr. Zhu. Dissertation title, Integrating Domain Knowledge to Improve Signal Detection from Electronic Health Records for Pharmacovigilance. Congratulations, new alumni. We celebrate your achievements and those of the following SBMI graduates who could not attend the commencement ceremony today. Our summer 2014 master graduates were Latha Thermal and Shannon Vogel. Our fall 2014 master's graduates were Chitanwa Churi, Michael Jardine, Heidi Jones, Ryan Ray, James Schlebus, Umberto Talavera, and Stephanie Tucker. Our fall 2014 doctoral graduate was Jiambo Lee. Spring 2015 master's graduates who could not be here were Truk Bakam, Paul Lobser, and Debbie Sayer. Please give another round of applause for all of our graduates as we recognize their accomplishments this afternoon.
Graduates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations again. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Evan Bernard to come to the podium to present the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research.
The Student Governance Organization recognizes outstanding student research efforts through the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research. This award is given to an individual or first author in student informatics research. A judging panel composed of SBMI alumni, students, faculty determines the winner. These individuals judge all poster sessions projects during an academic year. The recipient for the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research for the fall 2014 semester was Adriana Stanley for her poster titled Wireless Healthcare Technology and the EHR. Join me in congratulating her. The recipient of the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research for the spring 2015 semester is Jaju Stanley Yu for his poster titled Correspondence of Tidal Models and Mesh for PubMed. Stanley could not attend today, so I will receive his certificate on his behalf. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask all members of SBMI faculty and adjunct faculty to please rise. We thank each of you for your dedication to educating today's graduates. Please give them a round of applause. May I ask the family members and friends of each of our graduates to please stand. Our graduates will not be where they are today without your support, guidance, and love. While you are not working the stage today, we want to recognize you for your contributions. Thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Giuseppe Cardosoto for being with us today to confer the degrees upon our graduates. Dr. Middleton for playing such important role in today's ceremony. Other leaders within UT Health, the faculty and the staff of the School of Biomedical Informatics who have worked so diligently to make this ceremony a success. And most importantly, our students and alumni, without whom we would not be here today to celebrate this occasion. I ask that the audience please remain seated until the graduates, faculty, and platform party have completed the recessional. We will now conclude our commencement ceremony. Please join us at the Dean's reception right across the hallway. Thank you so much.